Now we are going to make a beautiful tissue paper box using an old shoe box. So what I have done is, see, this is the tissue paper box inside. This is a normal shoe box. Just in the center, cut a groove like this. And then we are going to paint this box with gesso first. And then we are going to make a super beautiful tissue paper holder out of this. So just do a coat of gesso. So let me do a coat of gesso and show you. Now I have done 2 coats of gesso onto my box with which we are going to make our tissue paper box. I have taken stock sheet. Now measure exactly the distance here. Like this distance is 9.2. So I'm going to measure and cut an exactly same size strip. Let me cut the strip and show you how I'm going to stick it here. Now I've cut a strip. Take out Mod Podge. I'm going to just apply Mod Podge. You can make homemade Mod Podge, you can use white glue, or you can use the ready-made Mod Podge which is available. Now first apply a good coat of Mod Podge before we stick our sheet. First I'm going to stick it on this side. Just use an old dry brush so that there are no bubbles. Now this way I'm going to put it here also. So just open the case very delicately. Here just take your scissors and cut a very small line like this. Now we are going to apply Mod Podge here. Hold your box and stick it. Stick it using your brush. Now let me stick it on all 4 sides and show. See, now I have stuck my paper with all 4 sides. Now what we are going to do is hold it like this and do a good coat of Mod Podge or white glue in such a way that the bubbles don't come in. That is really important. So just press and like this to remove all bubbles. We'll have to do this coat on all 4 sides and let it dry. Now I'm going to let this dry before we do a beautiful coat of color on top. Now see, my Mod Podge has dried completely. I haven't stuck, I have paper here. I'll be sticking the paper. First what I'm doing is, I'm taking Persian blue. This is acrylic color number 19. Take out your Persian blue color. So I have taken Persian blue and I've added a little bit of white in it. And first we are going to do 2 coats of this color onto our base. I'm going to color it here also before I stick my paper. So just on the top I'm going to color it. So do good 2 coats will be needed on top of this. Be careful because see, I'll show you, the paper is there on this side, okay? So we have to be careful that the color doesn't come on top of the paper. So be careful. So very delicately I'm doing it here on top so that my paper doesn't get spoiled. See, it's gonna come like this. So if there are any grooves you want to fill up, that you can do right now. Give 2 good coats of glue, and then we are going to go ahead. We are going to do a lot of texture work, embellishment work on top of this. So now I have painted blue on top as well as all sides in the bottom. To give it a better effect, I have taken this foam sheet. This is a normal foam sheet which is available. I've cut it in the size of the box, and I'll be sticking it at the bottom using my normal white glue or Fevicol. So let me stick this at the bottom. Just take your white glue. Let me stick and show you. Now this beautiful glitter paper has been stuck inside. Now I'm going to stick the decoupage sheet here. Now I'm going to stick my paper here. The paper, I'm taking a matching paper with this. So cut it of absolute size and stick it. Now let me stick it on the other 2 sides. Now to make super beautiful embellishments, take a very hot glue gun. Simply pour it onto your molds wherever shape you want to take out. This. And let it dry. It's going to take 2-3 minutes to dry, and after that we are going to take it out. Now you can see that it became cold, so I have taken it. Let me show you. So this way we will be needing 4 of these. So make 4 of these, and I made 2 long ones. See, I'll show you these 2 long ones also. Now these glue gun, remember we made these with glue gun, these embellishments. I'm going to color them. You can color bronze, golden, or any color of your choice. Don't take water. So I'm going to color it. I'm coloring it here using a bronze shade. We'll color it and leave it to dry. So we'll have to do a thick coat of color on top of this. Like this. Let me color all and show you. So my paint has dried up. I'm using, now you can either use a homemade texture paste. I'm sharing the link in the description box, or the texture paste that is available in the market. I'm using a stencil again. You can use homemade stencil or the stencil available in the market. Here we are going to use this particular stencil to do the stenciling work. For that I have made a texture paste of teal blue color. Now I'm going to very delicately lift it up. So my stencil is done. I'm going to do another stencil here. Like this. So if I show you closely, I have done 4 stencils in this. I have done it on all the 4 corners. And I've used a contrasting teal color here. So now my texture has dried up. I'm using a silicone glue. Now silicone glue is rubber glue. We will need to use it to stick these embellishments. So I'm just putting little bit of that glue. So this is really thick glue, if you can see. So just put little bit on the embellishment. This way we are going to put it on the corners. And silicone glue will easily take a long time to dry up, so that's fine. So this way we have stuck them onto the edges. Now we have done two of them like this. Like this. Now we will beautify a little further by using bronze color stones. Now I had similar stones. I'm going to just put it onto the edges. So you can take a matching golden or a silver color stone and put it onto the edges. It's going to take a little time for the silicone to dry up, and that's fine. So this way our super beautiful box is done. I'm going to let it dry for 5 minutes and I'm going to do a spray of varnish. Now here for varnish you can either use any glossy varnish or you can even use your lacquer spray. Now I'm going to make the cutlery holder. So this is a wooden box that I have and we have made the comb. Now just randomly do any kind of a pattern on this. We are going to do it on all sides, random pattern. We are going to let it dry completely and then we are going to do a matching color to our tissue paper box. So this way my random is done. I'm going to now leave it to dry. Now see, this has completely dried up. Make the same color as your box and I'm just going to do a coat of blue. So here I'm matching the shade of the blue of my tissue paper box because I want to keep them as a set on the dining table. You can do the color of your choice. Now if you feel that one coat is not enough, you can do 2 coats of blue onto this. I'll just do the edge on top. My inside has been done really well. I have done a shade of dark blue, so I'm not going to touch that. There is a rim line. Till there I'm going to do this shade of blue and I'm going to leave it to dry. Now this has completely dried up. Now what I'm doing is I'm taking my bronze color, the same color in which we have colored the embellishments. Take a little bit of this color outside. Use your sponge and do random sponging using the bronze. Now see, the super beautiful textured one is done. We are going to now use a little bit of embellishments. First let us dry this bronze, and if you feel you need it at some more places, you can add a little bit more of bronze here and there. Now to match this, I am using my fabric glue and little only I am putting, and I am sticking the same embellishment that we stuck, that we are going to be sticking on to our, I'm just putting a very light line of fabric glue because this is rounded surface, so it might be, this might come out. So just put so in this way our cutlery holder is also ready. I'm going to let this dry before I do a glossy spray onto this. Now we are going to do a quick makeover of this box. You know, this was a long box like this. Now I'm going to convert it into a flower vase, a tall flower vase. So I'm taking a paper. It can be any kind of a paper that you take. And we are going to cover this part and not the top. So for this part, take your white glue and we are going to start from one point or one end. Now do it in batches, don't put glue on the entire thing, you know, it's going to become very difficult for you to stick them. So here, hold your paper. If it is a very thick paper, then there will be a trouble, otherwise it's going to be fine. Just hold your paper, you will have to hold it for a minute and simply press down. Okay, you can also take a tissue and very lightly with a tissue you press it. Now slowly start putting Fevicol below. Now I'm going to stick it till here. Okay, so simply press it down. Take your tissue and press it down. Now gently hold it up. Don't pull it too thick, too hard. It's going to come out. Okay, now hold it. Simply press it using your tissue paper. Now I'm going to finish it. Okay, now press it and simply use your tissue paper to press it. So it's come so perfect. Just keep pushing it well with your tissue paper. Now first what we are going to do is, before we beautify it further, we are going to do a coat of Fevicol on top of it so that the print and the paper is secure. Now so start from one end. Okay. Hold it. Don't worry, this will completely disappear, the strokes and the visibility of the white glue after it dries completely. Don't use very thick glue, it should be manageable. Now it should dry very well before we go in for anything further, so leave it to dry. Now see, this has dried up. I have taken a cotton rope. This is a normal cotton rope, you can take any thickness cotton rope, and I am taking white glue. We are going to stick the rope here using white glue. So first let us stick the rope. Just keep pressing it. It's gonna stick very easily, no problem. So let me do the complete roping for this. Now my top roping has completely dried up. Now we are going to do the knotting or the macrame. First take a rope which is tight enough, which is basically can go around this, and make a simple knot. Okay, right now I haven't tightened it. Now we are going to cut strips which are going to make the basic knots. So you can cut this long strips. Now let me measure and show you what is the measurement of the rope that I am taking for these. So this rope that I am taking is approximately 36 centimeters. So I am doubling it. I am taking 36 centimeters, and we are going to take 10 ropes of this size. So just cut one rope and cut the same measurement 10 ropes. Now first what we are going to do is we are just going to open our rope. So this is our basic rope on which we are going to do the roping. Now you take each rope, divide it, basically do it this way, hold it this way. Now you get it here and take out this. So this knot is made. We have to make this knot first. Okay, I will show you again. Fold it, hold it. If you hold it from top and pass this rope from below, this knot is made. See, this knot is made like this. We are going to make two knots together, and once we've done this, we'll tie it on so that it's easier for us to do. So let us do. Later on we'll adjust. We need two of them close by and equal distance between the remaining. Now once you've created equal distance between them, take this rope and tie it very tightly onto this. Cut the extra. Now let us start from the center. Now we are going to do the next layer of, we are going to stick it at top. First let us do the rope knotting design. Now hold it this way. Now you have these pair of 4. Take the inner 2, hold them together at a point here Now take this side, hold the rope like this one from below, get it out and just pull it. So the first knot is done. Then hold this one and pull out the other. So this knot is going to be made. First, this layer of knot we are going to make. Here are made. Now we are going to make here. So let me show you again. Take the inner two, make a V here, make a loop with the other one from below, come out, just pull the knot. So this is our first knot. Now we will make the loop from the other side. Hold this, and the other knot is also done, like this. Now we are going to make it here. So this way our first knot is done. Don't worry, I'm going to shift it up and we are going to fix it. First let us make the second knot and finish. Now your knot has been done. Now what you're going to do is, the inner two threads we are going to keep the same, and we are going to take one thread from this, one thread and this thread. We are going to repeat the same process by keeping this in the center. Okay, take a loop from here, hold this in the center, take the loop from here, take the other one, here. Now take this loop, I'm not tightening it so that I have all of them at the same level. Now I've done double knotting. First step what we are going to do is just put little bit of fabric glue and stick it. First stick the top layer. Now once you've stuck that, now stretch it and stick it. So I'm going to stretch and stick it. Just stretch it and stick it. Now once we've stuck this, see, take out all the threads like this. Take a thin thread here and I'm going to tie it. here. Now do a level. In this way, we are going to make all of them, and then I'm going to show. So now you can see that our super beautiful flower holder, cutlery holder and tissue box is ready. This way you can also make over your old stuff into such pretty beautiful items. Do create your own. You can share with us. You can also tag us on our Instagram handle Arjati Creations team and share what you've created. Do like our video and subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to press the notification button so that you can be notified as soon as we put a new video or are live on our channel. Thanks for watching, and bye bye.